If you are experiencing any discomfort or pain in your back, then this video is for you. I've also written some information in the description down below, so be sure to check that out also. Now I'm going to get started here on all fours on the floor, but if you have some problem in your knees, then maybe put something underneath, or if it's really uncomfortable, maybe you just do it standing, leaning against a table or bench or something like that. You don't need to be on all fours. So here we're going to get started with cat-cow, just doing 5 repetitions. On the inhale, we're going to try to arch. And then on the exhale, we're going to try to curve the spine. And be mindful that we have a lower, middle, and upper back. And we can also push the head towards our hips. And then when we're going the opposite way, we can pull in our navel, the lower ribs, our chest, and making a double chin. So continuing here, following our own breath, just doing a few more. And if you're experiencing any pain or discomfort, then just make sure that you are adjusting accordingly. And you shouldn't, ideally you shouldn't be feeling any pain. And if you are, then just do very, very small movements, or maybe just standing still and holding an isometric strength. So you're just like holding the strength in your back. So one final round here, we're going to breathe in and find that arch. So lower, middle, upper, and upper back, and push the head towards your hips. And now imagine if you're pushing just a little bit of your strength, and we're going to ramp up to max strength of what's available for us here today. So just holding here what feels okay, and then contracting a little bit more, lower, middle, upper, push the head towards the hips, and keep pushing, 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 and ramping up as much as we can. Again, without experiencing any pain. Now, if I'm pushing everything that I got, I can hardly talk. So I'm just going to show and demonstrate here. But find that activation. Keep holding, keep squeezing that back body. We're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then gently, slowly begin to release. Take a nice deep breath. Very nice. Going the opposite direction. So finding this curve here. Pulling in your navel, the lower ribs, your chest. Imagine pushing your arms towards each other and then making a double chin. So I'm just going to mark this as well here because I can't push into the full pose, because if I activate 100%, then I can hardly talk or breathe. So find this activation here, continuing up to max of what's available for you. Keep squeezing, keep finding that hold, maybe even pulling your hands and your knees towards each other. So this direction, let's squeeze, let's keep holding, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then gently releasing here. Maybe finding some small movements if that feels right for you. All right, so if your back feels okay and that wasn't too much, then we're going to go into this next thing, which is going to be some rotations for the spine, basically moving each vertebrae in its full range of motion compared to the next vertebrae, if that makes sense. So here you can again just come to any comfortable sitting position. You could be doing it sitting on a chair or standing, entirely up to you. Starting here, we're going to give ourselves a great big hug. So wrap your arms around yourself, and then we're going to contract. So pulling in like we just did on all fours, pulling in your navel, the lower ribs, and your chest, and curving your whole spine. So I'm just going to turn to the side here so it's a little bit easier for you to see. So we're curving over, also making a double chin, and then we're going to rotate to the side, making sure we keep our hips and our legs straight and just rotating the torso. Again, I'm adjusting to make it easier for you to see. So rotating into the side. And then we're going to contract the side body, pulling our shoulder to our hip as if we are trying to contract and do a little side crunch, and stretching the opposite side. And moving this contraction slowly to the back, the lower back, finding that arch like what we did. We're now on all fours, moving it nice and slowly over to the other side. And then contracting, pulling the shoulder towards the hip, stretching the opposite side. And then find that rotation down and over, coming back to center. And then back up again. One deep breath, open up the arms. Let's switch sides, giving yourself a great big hug. Pulling in navel, lower ribs, and chest, making a double chin. Rotating to the side. And when you can't get any further, then contracting the side body, pull your shoulder to your hip, and then moving it nice and backwards. Opening up that front body, almost stretching your stomach, your ribs, your chest, your throat. Over to the opposite side, finding that rotation, coming to the center, and then gently releasing the pose. taking a nice deep breath. So if you need to do this class again, feel free and do that. Also, if you're feeling some pain in your neck, then I have a separate video on that. So be sure to check that out as well. Let me know down below how this was for you, and no need to like and subscribe, only if you really, really want to. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace, namaste, and have a fantastic day.